Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Welcome again to Straight Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. And on Straight Talk, we deal with political, social, and economics here in Michigan, across the U.S., and abroad. Joining me tonight,
Dennis Burnside.
Paget Maynard.
in 1856, Frederick Douglass said, if there's no struggle, there's no peace. And right now, this is what's happening in the U.S. But go ahead.
Well, we definitely have some struggle. Yeah, that's for sure.
Where's the peace?
Yeah, I guess the peace is going to follow up. I thought you was going to say that's when you and Frederick graduated high school, man. But But anyway, the thing that we're seeing now is reaction to Trump's actual governing. Not what he campaigned for, not his slogans,
No.
not his big talk.
No.
And he's such a failure that he's now resorting to blaming Obama, who was 2 presidents ago,
Yeah.
saying that they ought to have a military firing squad for Obama. This is a grown man tweeting
That's
from the
not a
toilet in the
grown
middle of the
man.
night in all caps, talking about who ought to be facing a military tribunal, and putting Obama's name in his mouth. The man is a perpetual 8-year-old. Yeah, I give him 12. He's like a
12.
adolescent boy, just completely childish and irresponsible. Only thing he does, he's very good thief.
Oh, yeah.
He went to the Middle East and he set up a monument clause violation, deal after deal after deal.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people are talking about the $400 million plane that he wanted. And then he tried to back away from that, saying that, well, the plane we have is no good and it's
Yeah,
embarrassing
yeah.
to travel. And the
Slow.
Biden administration actually began discussions about using that plane. All complete lies. But the man wanted the plane for his own use. It was
Yeah.
going to be reverted to
Yes.
his presidential library, which ought to have a toilet featuring him sitting on it tweeting. But beyond that, he went from country to country to country, setting up deals that are going to put money in his pocket
And his
and his
family.
children's
Yeah.
pockets. But he's talking about the deals he's done for the United States.
Yeah.
He went so far to say that he had a $1.2 trillion package. It was either with Bahrain or Qatar, I forget which country. But you look at the GDP of that country, it's only $350 billion. So they gave him their entire GDP times
The whole country.
exactly
yeah.
times 4,
Yeah.
and they gave that to Trump on the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, he just makes up stuff.
Well, you know.
and his followers just swallow it, hook, line,
Yeah.
and sinker.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the people around him, or those that he likes to have around him, are no different from him. And they can only say what he says. So that makes them, in my estimation, less than him. Period. So,
Well, people talk about, oh, he's been out east, and he's been over every place, but all the places he went was where he was making deals for himself
Yeah.
or his family.
Yeah, it was all personal.
Yeah.
Just like his golf trips every weekend are paid by the United States government. I
Yeah.
think he's run up already. Here it is, middle of May.
Yeah.
He's run up like $60 million in weekend fees,
Yeah.
flying him down to Florida
Yeah.
or one of his other golf courses so he can play golf.
Yeah.
The man's
Let me
just a
ask a
grifter.
question.
Yeah.
is there something that anyone can do about that?
Yeah, impeach him. He's easily impeached if you look at the merits.
We know that. The merits are there. But You don't have the numbers. Who
Oh
will do
no,
it.
no. I mean,
So that's not going to hit.
these Republicans in there now are not going to do anything. The man has got whatever he wants to do, he can do it.
Well, they're starting to push back a little bit. Like his
little.
big, beautiful bill, which is going to add $6 trillion to the budget. Do you guys, before I finish that point, do you guys know, but for the tax cuts of Reagan, Bush II, and Twitler, the United States would have no deficit?
Right, yep.
So the Republicans are always the ones running on fiscal responsibility and this deficit we've got to plug
Yeah.
up.
Wait a
But they're the
second.
ones who caused it. You can look at the numbers. You can look at the tax cuts they ushered in, and there's a direct parallel.
Dennis?
Our debt is created by Republicans.
Dennis, look in that camera and say that again and let those people see your face.
For the people in the
saying
back? Yeah, man. The Republican presidents, Reagan, George Bush II, and Adolf Twitler, Agent Orange, they caused the U.S. deficit. Those three presidencies with their irresponsible tax cuts
Yep.
are the reason why we have deficits.
Yeah.
And every time we get in a hole, first it was Clinton who came back and he balanced the budget.
Yes.
Then George Bush had us on our way to an economic calamity we haven't seen before,
Yeah.
where we had stagflation, the housing market completely collapsing, the dollar value around the world completely collapsing,
Yep.
and our status as a reserve currency of the world completely at risk. Obama comes in. He saves a day. He rebuilds the economy to a robust level, and then here comes Trump.
Yeah.
And he does the same
Yeah.
damn thing
Yeah.
with these irresponsible multi-trillion-dollar tax cuts to the wealthy, puts us right back in the hole. Another economic calamity, which is bailed out by Biden, and then the Fox News propaganda hits the people who don't read and don't think.
No,
And they vote for another
Yeah.
Republican, and here we are again. We're not even 3.5 months in this
Right.
presidency,
Hey.
and he's already got us looking at a Moody downgrade for the first time in U.S. history.
Yes.
It's going to cost
yep.
everyone more money on your car loans, on your mortgages, on your credit card statements. And the way the economy is running now, with the dearth of good-paying jobs that were on their way under the Biden administration once the infrastructure bills kicked in and the CHIPS and Science Acts kicked in, and some of these alternative energy bills kicked in, where people are going to start getting jobs as they turn the shovels over, start building. Those are gone now,
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
But those jobs would have provided an economic basis that would have kept this economy just singing along as it was.
Yeah.
We had the economy that the Wall Street Journal called the envy of the world, that the economists called the Goldilocks economy.
Yeah.
Not too hot, not too cold,
Hey, it was
just right. Perfect.
right. Yeah.
And that wasn't good enough for a lot of y'all. And you voted for this fraud con man, and here we go.
Yeah.
We're looking at unemployment going up.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking at inflation going through the roof.
Yep.
And more importantly, we're at the type of risk that we haven't seen anymore, where the United States economically is no longer at the epicenter of the world.
Right.
If we lose our ability to be the world's reserve currency, we just can't print money anymore to get out of debt.
No.
We've actually got to have some type of tangible asset, like the kind they have in Africa,
Yep.
like the kind they have in Iceland, and like the kind they have to a small extent in Canada. We need those rare earth minerals. We need that gold. We need that silver. We need that platinum now, because a dollar was only as good as his word. And when you put a liar, a thief, a con man, and a moron in the White House,
Criminal.
who's a criminal,
Yeah, criminal.
a 34 convicted, adjudicated criminal in the White House, it's only a matter of time before this whole house of cards collapses. And now you see all these different, especially the Latinos, who are really being hit hard. I mean, they're picking up nursing mothers and telling them, you could take that baby off your breast and hand him to his daddy because you got to go, or you can keep that baby there because y'all both going.
Yeah.
They've deported a 4-year-old child with stage 4 cancer
Yeah.
who is a citizen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think
But
they give any kind of damn about you?
But with that, they lied about it, said that the mother agreed to do it.
Well, she did agree. She was coerced.
Well,
The choice was
coercion is not agreeing.
The choice was you take your baby to some place neither one of y'all ever been to. She had no memory. She came here as a child, the mother.
Yeah.
She had no memory
other place.
of I think it was Honduras.
Yeah.
Or you could take the baby with you. Which one you wanted? So she left it with the father. Now she's sitting on TV talking to her baby via FaceTime videos. But, 60% of them, 62% of them voted for Trump.
62%.
So, you FAFOing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Voted for Trump.
Vote for
Yeah,
Trump.
yeah, they was parading and going on, and that's the
And
thing.
everything he's doing, he said he was going
Yeah.
to do. Black folks said, hey, yo, Project 2025, watch yourself.
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't talking to us. He's
right,
talking
no,
to y'all.
no, no,
Okay,
no, no.
Yeah.
all right.
I'm not doing
Okay.
that. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about
So,
it.
Right.
black folks, all these protests like they had back in April, and I think they had 2 in April, or 1 in April, 1 at the end of March. Black folks ain't getting out in the streets because they know 2 things going to happen. First thing is going to happen, black folks get out in the streets, they're going to find threats everywhere, and you're going to have violence because somebody going to start breaking windows, somebody going to stick a dog on somebody going to shoot somebody, and then they're going to blame it on black people, okay?
Yeah.
And the second thing that's going to happen is the only thing that's going to come out of that is more grief and pain.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I love the strategy that most black Americans are deploying, and that is economic boycotts.
Yeah.
Target, you don't want to have a DEI program anymore? Good. You ain't getting my DEI cash, baby. Costco, you're treating us right. You're keeping your DEI programs in place, and you're reaching out to the black community. They're seeing their sales go up within the black community.
Yeah.
We've got the kind of power that if we implement it,
That's the
we
thing.
can move the
Yeah.
needle, and that's
That's
what's
the
what's
thing.
happening now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
And it's not something new. It's a long time now that the blacks had that economic power that they don't even realize today.
Well, they know now.
They're beginning to learn it.
They're learning now, and,
Yeah.
and maybe it's social media, Paget.
Probably.
Maybe it's the power of TikTok and Facebook and Blue Sky, the ability for the grassroots to communicate with each other and see each other and look each other in the face. They're saying, I ain't going to Target anymore. I walked by Target the other day and I saw a black couple walking out. I was going to get my bike to go for a bike ride, and I almost said, "Yo, what you doing?"
Yeah.
But I'm minding my
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
I left
yeah.
them alone. But what you doing in there?
Yeah.
Don't you know that if we gonna suffer, everybody gonna suffer.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be just us
No,
anymore.
no.
And you see, to the extent that people are unaware, is that much they're going to continue doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it is essential that those who know better
Do better.
do better and talk about it to the others who don't. Help them to know, educate them. It's so essential. But then again, some of us, I don't care what you say. Oh, you ain't know nothing.
Yeah.
They're like, this kind of foolish talk.
Yeah.
Number one, they got to start speaking properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You walk into a job. Yeah, man. Yeah, my buddy. No. Don't come in my place, come with that and look a job. Get in there and begin to be a man, a woman.
I think most black folks know how to code switch.
Well,
I speak one way on the job, I speak another way at the barbershop. I don't have a problem with
Well,
that.
hey.
I have a problem with what you do, not how you say it.
Well,
I have a problem with
But
what
when
you
you're
do.
going where you're supposed to speak properly and can't speak properly, it's a
Well,
problem.
that's a different issue.
Let
That's a
me-
different issue.
This is something I heard about 10 years ago. This was a station in Chicago, and they were interviewing people, interviewing young people on at the radio station, and you could tell every time a black was being interviewed, he was and they was only like they was only like, it was like from 18 to 20 something.
Young
But-
adults.
Yeah, but
Well, let me ask you
but-
something,
but-
Bill O'Reilly. Ahmad. Let me ask you something.
but
How do you know all those voices weren't black? Maybe a few of them spoke just like white folks.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm just
No,
saying,
no,
how
no.
would you know?
The
Because it was on the radio,
the
right?
The thing is that
It could have been Cleophas
right now.
speaking like he was
Right.
Robert Jenkins from the suburbs. You
right,
wouldn't know.
right now we have black people who speak good English, and a lot of blacks. Oh, they speaking like white people.
Man, I used to hear that, but I was a kid, man.
But you know,
my parents used to
the-
always stress good grammar.
Yes.
They used to always stress reading.
Yes.
And then
Oh,
we
yeah.
go see our cousins, and they say, "Oh, y'all talk white."
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, and at that time in my life, I was a little confused by what they meant by that because I spoke the way my parents spoke, right?
Yeah.
But then as I got a little older, I understood. But I also understood that we got in high school, I wasn't the one rocking a D plus average, right?
Right.
And when we got out of high school, I was the one that matriculated to college. And when I left college, I'm the one that got a good job. So it's not necessarily for lack of intelligence or lack of just ability. Some people prefer to speak in the patois of their community.
Yes.
Well,
and
I
if that's
say
how they
it's-
want to
it's
speak, I don't have a
very
problem with
sweet.
it.
Well,
It's good.
well, this is.
I know a business owner in Detroit, not to cut you off.
Okay.
I knew a brother in Detroit that was rocking. He was making bank. And he'd get on the phone to tell somebody, can't nobody tell me what to do, right? Nothing but what was that old term they used to use back in the day, talking about black English? That's all he spoke. But he was an effective communicator because he let people know where he stood and he had the economic leverage to get what he wants. So I don't want to turn this into a critique of how black people speak. I want to talk about how black people are out here establishing their position on this Trump presidency and letting their dollars speak. That's very articulate.
Yes.
You hold that back from people who aren't on your side, they understand you. You could be speaking Portuguese, Japanese, or
Pidgin
making up your
language.
own language. They don't see that dollar come in, and they don't see you coming in the store. They understand there's a problem.
Exactly.
Well, how did so many million go out there and vote for Trump when he was in the other time?
86% of black women voted for Trump. Voted for Biden. Voted for Kamala Harris. And 82% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. So the ones who didn't, they had a small minority, and I ain't concerned about
I'm
that.
talking about all people in the U.S. How did they go out and vote for this man again when he was in? And
You know the answer to that, man.
and-
You know the
and-
answer. You know the answer to that.
People
You know the
have
answer.
a way of forgetting.
No, they don't. They
People
remember.
have a way of forgetting.
You know why they voted for Trump?
They didn't want a woman.
You know why they voted for Trump?
They didn't want a woman. That was one of the things I gave.
You know why they voted for Trump? Because Trump was all white with them. Trump had the white answer. Trump was the white man at the right time. It was racism, man. I don't know why this is a big mystery. I'm going to tell you something else that's really annoying me, man, while we talking about letting Dennis get stuff off his chest day. I'm so sick and tired of hearing from the left and the right this post-mortem on the election and why Trump defeated Harrison and how the Democrats should have done this and the Democrats should have done that. You know what the Democrats should have done? They should have insisted that every eligible voter got the right to vote. And every vote that was cast was counted. Greg Palast warned us. We talked about this on the show before the election.
Yeah.
They took millions of eligible voters
Yeah.
off the rolls in
Yeah.
Florida, in Georgia,
Yeah.
in Mississippi,
Yeah.
all the swing states.
Yeah.
They did the same thing in the Detroit area.
Yeah.
You had people cast votes that weren't counted. And if you put those millions of votes back in, Kamala Harris wins the swing states and she wins the election. So let's stop talking about how Trump did something different. He cheated. And I'm not even talking about what Muskrat did from South Africa the apartheid guy did with his Skylink machinations.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about that. We know there was something up
Yeah.
with that, switching
Yeah.
votes. But I'm sick and tired of turning on MSNBC with ostensibly liberal commentators doing a postmortem on the election, and they refuse to acknowledge or even mention the fact that black folks were cheated out of their votes, Jim Crow style,
Yeah.
just like it was 1958.
Yeah.
And then they want to say, why did we lose?
One of the
Yeah.
big
Why
talks
don't you
they're
count
giving
all the votes?
is
Yeah.
Biden. Biden should not have been in the race. Okay, I said it here before when all of that was going on. What they needed to do is go sit down with Biden and talk to him, not spill their guts, throw their lodging out in the street. And all they did was give fodder to Trump so he could burn them.
Well, Biden, who unfortunately we just found out yesterday
Yes, unfortunately.
was diagnosed with prostate cancer, which
Yeah.
is metastasized into his bones, and
Yeah.
they say it's particularly aggressive
Very
form
aggressive,
of cancer,
yeah.
and his prognosis is bleak, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
But if we want to talk about Biden's cognitive abilities and what was being hid from the public, we can't dispute the fact that he had a well-run administration,
Yes.
which had the economy singing,
Oh, yeah.
which had our allies comfortable, which had investments in the United States at an all-time high. We had investments in our future for education, infrastructure, broadband, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
We had one of the most consequential presidencies in history, more consequential bills passed, despite the fact that we had a split government under Biden. So the man must have been doing something right. But now,
How many
now
bills
we've got a
passed so far?
clown who sits on a toilet 3 a.m, all caps, talking about somebody ought to be shot before a military tribunal, and just making up lies and trying to justify a $400 million jet as a gift by saying, well, the conversation started under Biden, with absolutely no evidence
Lie.
to support that kind
Yeah,
of lie.
yeah.
And we don't think that cat's nuts. We don't have questions about his cognitive abilities.
Well,
We can't
and-
see
and
that
the-
he's got a cuckoo bird loose in his head,
and the
but we
oth-
want to talk about what Biden
And
did.
the other thing is, look how old he is. They was talking about, oh, Biden, he's
Hey, we don't talk about age, man.
you know. And
We don't worry
and-
about the
And the
age.
thing about it, this man has been stupid all his life.
And now he's stupid and old.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, he just added age to the stupid. It's bananas, man. It's absolutely bananas.
You know-
and we get these people, again, the same people who talk about, why did the Democrats lose? Fool, because they took black votes out.
Yeah.
Why did the Democrats lose? Because they didn't let college kids vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will never forget, man, the Sunday before the election, Kamala Harris came and spoke at Breslin, and they had a line from Grand River south to Breslin, and they had another line from what I told. I didn't see that one. I saw the one from Grand River. They had another line from Breslin South Campus. People going there. Enthusiasm off the roof.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Trump wasn't even campaigning.
No.
He's sitting around talking about, you only have to vote.
Well, he
we
said they had all the
taken
votes
care
they
of.
wanted.
We,
They
yeah, we got
knew
them
what
all.
they meant.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they knew they
They
were going to
knew what
suppress
they
us
were
still.
doing.
Yeah.
So let's stop
Yeah.
all this postmortem about how
Yeah.
come the Democrats lost. How come you ain't stopping them from stealing?
But something else, Troy just hinted it a while ago. Trump, this 86-47? You saw that?
Oh, some guy. They
The guy used to be the head of the FBI.
Yeah, 86
Yeah.
is their term for dispatching, disposing,
Yeah.
killing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
47 is?
Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and now they're saying, well, he is plotting or planning or is suggesting, whatever the other terms they're going to use here, to assassinate Trump. So they were interviewing him the other day. But there was a 86-45. Nobody talk about it. There was a 86 something else, 40 something else, 46. Nobody
No
said anything
president
about that?
had more credible assassination threat than President Obama. It was constant.
Yeah.
And they were real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he had the temerity to have a black behind while he was
Yeah.
president. That was a real threat.
Mm-hmm.
So, people threatening the president's life is nothing new. We've had several assassination attempts, and we've had some that were successful.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, we had one last summer where the cat came up with ketchup on his ear. And his ear looks, after being shot with a high velocity rifle from well within sniper range, his ear looks like he never had a scratch. But what do they say? God works in mysterious ways. And so does Heinz ketchup.
Yeah.
But
the thing about that is that, and both of those supposed to have been, attempts to kill him and everything. And what really irritates me, he holds up his fist. Now he got that from blacks,
Well, yeah, the power salute. But wait a minute, hold up, man. You have an assassin firing at least 2 shots, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you down the ground and you stand up. You don't know that assassin's been caught. You don't know that assassin's been neutralized.
And even when
you
they're
don't have
supposed to be
any
taking him out,
idea.
he forcing his way out,
Right,
pushing
and
his
he's
way
standing
out.
up. He's standing up like, shoot me again. Fight. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
What, I look like Simple Sucker Sam?
and
I'm supposed to believe that's a real assassination attempt? Listen, man, please.
And I, when you look at that, if this guy wanted to hit him, there's no reason to just grease the ear.
But you know something.
Not serious thing,
But you know something. If this guy, if that bullet had hit his ear,
He wouldn't have an ear.
he would not have an ear.
For that high velocity.
Mike Tyson did more.
and-
Mike Tyson did
Bite
more
off.
damage to Vander Holyfield's ear with his teethus, if I could use some black English, than this dude did with a high velocity rifle. And okay, that sounds plausible. Like I said, well within sniper range. I think he was 150 yards away.
Yeah.
They said that's a layup for an assassin, and he missed.
Yeah.
But you know what's
listen,
sinister? Here's what's sinister. Somebody did die that day.
Yes.
Somebody did die that day.
Behind Donald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, 2 somebodies died that day. But Trump standing up there with ketchup dripping down his head, talking about fight.
But listen,
They disposed of some people in order to.
Fist all, it's like
The thing is, man,
And of course, the polls switched. Yeah, Trump's a fighter. I'm going to vote for him. You
Donald
sucker.
is not a small person.
He ain't
And
that-
if they wanted to kill him, there's no reason they should have missed him. This whole big body out there like that,
Yeah, and they
standing
shoot
up
his
in
ear.
front of you, and it only greases your ear.
Yeah.
And I mean, some people might come after me for saying that, but realistically, a man with an open field, nothing blocking his vision,
yeah, man.
and can't hit that
Well,
big
I
object.
do think you had to give him credit for hitting that ketchup packet just right. That took skill.
Maybe that's where this
Yeah,
skill
man.
came
He
in.
hit that Heinz ketchup package and he stood up and was fight.
that just irritates me. It's like here, no sign of I mean, if this guy had just hit, if this bullet had hit his ear, it would have knocked his ear off, and it would have been scars all on the.
Like I said, man, Mike Tyson did more damage to Vander Holyfield with his teeth than this cat did with a rifle to Trump's head, man.
Well,
Yeah.
we going to have to leave it right there, man, because I'm getting irritated thinking about Trump. My name is Ahmad
Put that song up,
Shakaraka.
I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump.
My name is Ahmad Shakaraka. We'll catch you at the next block for more street
You
talk.
better stop this
Peace.
stupidness now.
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, "You are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God."